There are lots of stories about war, stories about glory, suffering, survival. But who talks about what happens afterwards? About life, now, when we've scrambled out from under the rubble and stopped waving flags of victory or surrender? Who dares mention what we've become? Not me. I don't talk. I watch, mostly, and wait. That day, the day we blew across the sea to England, I was so excited it felt as if minnows were swimming around inside me. There was so much to see in the port. Ropes, cranes, sailors, seagulls. Rainbows in oil slicks and fish guts in buckets. "Stick together!" cried our Red Cross escorts. There were nearly 50 of us in our group, aged 5 to 16. 47 orphans of war. And me. Leftovers. We lurched up a gangway onto the ship. Once that was pulled in, the only escape route was overboard. "Keep away from the railings!" yelled a Red Cross woman. Then, in a quieter voice, "Honestly, it's like herding cats." I hid in the middle of the group, holding tight to my case. The air was a fug of fuel and salt spray. The deck thrummed. I'd never been to sea before. "One day we'll go to England," my Mutti had said a lifetime ago. "When the sun shines, it's the most beautiful country in the world, a true land of summer." October clouds hid the sun now. Down we plunged into the murky green, then up to the white wave tops. I wondered which bright spark had thought it was a good idea to give us fish paste sandwiches for lunch. They looked and smelled horrible, but when you've sucked on pebbles out of hunger, you're not too fussy. I was saving mine for later, which was just as well, because the other children hung like limp monkeys over the railings, sicking theirs up. I turned my face to the sky, amazed at how wide it was. Behind us, Europe, its ghosts swaying on the dawn beaches, thick as dune grass. Ahead of us, England, a new life. Had I been followed? Landfall. Crowds pulsing and pushing. Smells of sweat and wet clothes. Rain on the docks. I was hurried along with everyone else, off the ship, onto English ground, into a huge wooden hall that creaked as the wind gusted. "Customs," said a sign. The crowd slowed. Men in uniforms ahead. "Keep calm. Act natural." My fingers played a soundless piano tune against my thigh, a rhapsody by an Englishwoman my Mutti had admired called Rebecca Clark. The music was half ominous, half hopeful. I understood that feeling. "Stay together! That means you too, Eric!" shouted one of the Red Cross women. Betty was her name. Poor Betty, the kids called her behind her back. Always with a sniffle and no hanky. Arik was a Polish boy who'd survived a hell worse than hell by hiding in a toilet pit. Now he was free, it was as if his arms and legs had to be all places at once. I knew how it felt to be so trapped you wanted to run mad like a crazy spider. Instead, I kept calm and ladylike as I'd been taught. While Betty checked names, another Red Cross lady, Margaret, tried to line us up in order. Margaret had been a hockey player before the war. What was hockey? And said she loved children, though she probably meant normal kids who picked flowers, not fights. Ones who didn't lick the plate when the food was all gone. I'd been normal once, I think. It was hard to remember. I'd been happy before the war.